Let's look at the 7 most important verbs in Spanish. These are the most important in most languages, actually. Words like can, want, to be, things that are going to give you the most bang for your buck. So these words are really going to allow you to say the most possible things with the least possible memorization of new words. The first word we have is can, which in English is a little bit strange because it's to be able, but you can't say I be able, you say I can. So that's why I've written it out like this. To be able, can, in Spanish is poder. The next word we have is to want. In Spanish, querer. To have, tener. To have to, tener que. To go,
ir,
to be, ser. Now in Spanish, we have 2 versions of to be. One of them is for more general, permanent things like how tall you are, for example. And one of them is for temporary things like where you are right now or how you currently feel. And that word is estar. So in order to use these words, let's just go over the words for I, you, etc. So yo is I, you is tú, he is él, she is ella, it is lo, but you'll see we don't really use that very much. They, ellos, and we, nosotros. Now in Spain, when you're talking to a group of people, the plural of you guys, it's vosotros. If you're outside of Spain, it's going to be ustedes, but we're going to deal with Spanish from Spain in this video. So let's go back to the first one, can. Now, how would you say I can? It's going to be yo puedo. So you can see here that the word poder has changed to puedo when we're talking about I. In English, that doesn't happen. Can is I can, you can, he can, they can, we can. But in Spanish, that word can is going to change for every person. Tú puedes, you can see it changes again, and I've used red to show the difference between poder and the way that it changes lower down. Él puede. Ella puede. You can see that's exactly the same. She can and he can. Both of them is puede. It can is just puede. We don't say lo puede. There's no real word for it in Spanish in most cases. But that's okay, because this is the perfect time to talk about the fact that you don't really need to say yo, tú, él, ella, because inside the word puedo, puedes, puede, 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 you can actually tell who is doing the talking, who is the one that can, because the word changes every time. Of course, with the exception of he, she, and it, you're going to have to use the context there. So if somebody just says puede, it either means he can, she can, or it can. But if somebody says puedo, you know they're saying I can. If they say puedes, they don't have to say tú puedes. If they just say puedes, you know they're saying you can. So let's move on to the next one. Ellos pueden. They can. We can. Nosotros podemos. Or just podemos means the same thing. And lastly, vosotros podéis. So let's see if we can remember this. How would you say I can? Puedo. You can. Puedes. He, she, or it can. Puede. They can. Pueden. We can. Podemos. You guys can. Podéis. And to say to go there in Spanish is ir allí. We did ir earlier. To go, ir, allí, there. How would you say in Spanish, I can go there? Remember the word for I can? Puedo go there. Ir allí. Puedo ir allí. I can go there. How would you say you can go there? Puedes ir allí. What about he, she, or it can go there? Puede ir allí. They can go there. Pueden ir allí. We can go there. Podemos ir allí. You guys can go there. Podéis ir allí. The word to want in Spanish is querer. So I want is yo quiero. You can see how quiero changes a little bit. Tú quieres, you want. He, she, or it wants, quiere. And you can see I've put a line there in place of it. So he is él, she is ella, and it, you can't really specify. You can't really say it wants. You just have to say the word quiere. So if you say quiere, remember that means he wants, or she wants, or it wants. They want. Ellos quieren. We want. Nosotros queremos. And you guys want. Queréis. So, do you remember how to say I want? Quiero. You want? Quieres. He, she, or it wants. Quiere. They want. Quieren. We want. Queremos. You guys want. Queréis. If you want to say to go to the beach in Spanish, remember to go is ir, and to the beach is a la playa. Ir a la playa, to go to the beach. How would you say I want to go to the beach? Quiero ir a la playa. Quiero ir a la playa. How would you say you want to go to the beach? Quieres ir a la playa. You want to go to the beach. He, she, or it wants to go to the beach. Quiere ir a la playa. They want to go to the beach. Quieren ir a la playa. We want to go to the beach. Queremos ir a la playa. You guys want to go to the beach. ¿Queréis ir a la playa? The word to have, tener. Remember, it's two words in English, to have, and one word in Spanish, tener. I have is tengo. You have, tienes. He, she, or it has, tiene. They have, tienen. We have, tenemos. You guys have, tenéis. Look carefully at the patterns in red because the word endings are generally the same. So if it ends in O, it's I have. If it ends in S, it's you have. If it ends in an N, it's they. So that N signifies they. If it ends in mos, it signifies we. And that's how you can tell quite easily once you remember those verb endings. How would you say I have? Tengo. You have. Tienes. He, she, or it has. Tiene. They have. Tienen. We have. Tenemos. You guys have. Tenéis. The word for time in Spanish is tiempo. Tiempo. Now, how would you say I have time? Tengo tiempo. You have time? Tienes tiempo. He, she, or it has time. Tiene tiempo. They have time? Tienen tiempo. We have time. Tenemos tiempo. You guys have time. Tenéis tiempo. The next one, to have to. Very, very important verb. You're going to use it all the time. I have to do this. You have to do that. I don't have to do it. Tener que. To have to. I have to. Tengo que. You have to. Tienes que. He, she, or it has to. Tiene que. They have to. Tienen que. We have to. Tenemos que. You guys have to. Tenéis que. How would you say I have to? Tengo que. You have to. Tienes que. He, she, or it has to. Tiene que. They have to. Tienen que. We have to. Tenemos que. You guys have to. Tenéis que. To be home in Spanish, to be home, is estar en casa. So to be, those two words are just one word in Spanish, estar, like we saw in the beginning of the video. And en casa literally translates to in house. Estar en casa. How would you say, I have to be home? Tengo que estar en casa. You have to be home. Tienes que estar en casa. He, she, or it has to be home. Tiene que estar en casa. They have to be home. Tienen que estar en casa. We have to be home. Tenemos que estar en casa. You guys have to be home. Tenéis que estar en casa. The word for to go in Spanish is ir. Ir. I go. It's very, very different. So this is an exception where the word ir changes a lot. Yo voy. You go. Vas. He, she, or it goes. Va. They go. Van. We go. Vamos. And you guys go. Vais. How do you say I go or I am going? Voy. You are going or you go. Vas. He, she, or it is going. Va. They are going. Van. We are going. Vamos. And vamos is also let's go in Spanish. You guys are going. Vais. to be permanently, like to be rich, for example, in Spanish, is ser. So to be rich, ser rico. How would you say I'm going to be rich? Voy a ser rico. Now, when it comes to the verb to go, ir, and all its different conjugations, voy, vas, etc., you always put a afterwards, as in to. A meaning to. With the other verbs, you don't do that because the word to is normally included in the verb and in the one that comes afterwards. But with voy, you always put a afterwards. So remember that. Voy a ser rico. How would you say you are going to be rich? Vas a ser rico. Remember, you are going is vas. Then we add the a always after the verb going or to go. And then to be, ser. So ser includes two words, to be, and rico for rich. Vas a ser rico. How would you say he or she or it is going to be rich? Va a ser rico. She's going to be rich. They are going to be rich. Van a ser ricos. We are going to be rich. Vamos a ser ricos. Ricos is plural here because we're talking about more than one person. We. Watch the video on adjectives to understand more about those. You guys are going to be rich. Vais a ser ricos. So we just did this verb to be, which is ser in Spanish. And this is how you conjugate it out. I am, yo soy. And remember, this is permanent. So this is things like being rich, being tall, being from England, things like that. As opposed to where you are right now. I am here, for example, is different. Yo soy, I am. You are, eres. You can see that's a big exception from the original verb ser. He is, she is, or it is, es. So you can see here that es, if you wanted to say it is, the word es actually includes both of those words, it and is. So whenever you say it is, just remember it's es. They are, son. Ellos son, they are. We are, somos. You guys are, sois. So if you wanted to say, you guys are from here, sois de aquí. Now, how do you say I am? Soy. You are. Eres. He, she, or it is. Es. We are. Somos. They are. Son. You guys are. Sois. If you wanted to say from England, it's de Inglaterra. How would you say I am from England? Soy de Inglaterra. You are from England? Eres de Inglaterra. He, she, or it is from England. Es de Inglaterra. They are from England. Son de Inglaterra. We are from England. Somos de Inglaterra. You guys are from England. Sois de Inglaterra. The other version of to be in Spanish is estar. That's where you are currently, or how you feel currently. So I am, estoy. You are, estás. He, she, or it is está. Now, I want to point out here that this is the one time in English where we actually change the verb. So it's not I be, you be, it be. We actually change it quite a lot. So I am, you are, it is. That's conjugation. That's exactly what we're doing on the Spanish side too. But we don't do that with other verbs in English. We just do it with a few of them, like to be. And also just note that it is, in this case, is está. So when something is currently, you say está. For example, it is here, está aquí. In the other version, it was just es. Es meaning it is, and está meaning it is currently, or it is right now. They are, están. We are, estamos. You guys are, estáis. How would you say I am? Estoy. You are, estás. He, she, or it is. Está. They are. Están. We are. Estamos. You guys are. Estáis. To say here in Spanish is aquí. Now, how would you say I am here? Estoy aquí. You are here. Estás aquí. He, she, or it is here. Está aquí. They are here. Están aquí. We are here. Estamos aquí. You guys are here. Estáis aquí. So here you have the cheat sheet. You can screenshot this. You have every conjugation of all these 7 verbs. These are the 7 most useful verbs in Spanish, and they're going to give you a lot of use. You're going to be able to link them together, make longer sentences, and pretty much in any sentence you ever make, you'll find at least 1, if not 2 or 3 of these verbs inside. If you want to go from a beginner in Spanish to a 10-minute conversation in 10 days, there's a link in the description to the course where we show you exactly what to learn and what not to learn to help you achieve that. Give the video a like if it helped you, and if you have a question, leave a comment.